smiling on my, hey, smiling on my haters, who gon' stop me? Got me like who should know it got me. All these wicked thoughts try to block me. They didn't come from the heavens, so they can't stop me. No, I'm gon' smile today. I'ma smile today. I'm gon' smile today.
Hop in the stew. Hop in the stew.
Man, for this culture.
Man, praise you.
Next thing I want to get into, man, what are some of the cons, man, that you've had being in taking your culture? You see what I'm saying? Like, what are some of the things that, even though, because I think what people fail to realize is when you come into the walk, that what we like to call the walk, following after Yahusha, you know, abiding by the standards that the Creator made for us. A lot of times people think when you come into this, everything's supposed to be perfect.
Come on, man.
They think that even people that's righteous or people that are set apart, they think that everything they do is always going to be perfect. And granted, the standard of that individual should be that.
Right.
But there are times where we as man, we are but dust, yet we have the potential to be greater than but dust because we created from the grand spirit that created all things, of course. But the main thing that I'm getting at is we make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes people come in and walk and they might see a flaw in something and they be like, oh, I told you that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? I told you this was false. Or if they might get into a situation where they thinking, well, Yahuwah, why you put me in this type of situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was doing the right thing and then this came upon me.
Come on now.
But what has been your experience? What are some things you had to face that you are, you know, willing enough to share that you've experienced in this walk that was a con?
You wanna hit on that first?
I can start out, man. First thing that came to my mind was just being around my immediate family.
Yeah,
that's it.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, I ain't really go too hard in on my family. How a lot of us brews be doing, you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta keep to it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, I ain't really come at that approach.
Yeah.
But I switched up myself. So,
come on.
Alright, like I ain't gonna lie, when I first started, I was keeping Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. So I used to do a lot of stuff with my family on Friday sundown, but no, I can't do that. It wasn't coming at them like, y'all gotta switch this. No, I ain't doing this.
Right.
And they seen that, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, my dress code, I started wearing the long garments down to the ankles tight like this. They like, bro, what you wearing? You know, uncle's cooking me, cousin's cooking me. Like, bro, you got a dress on tight like what you a Muslim around here, bro? Like, I'm like, no, man, it's the culture for real, you know what I'm saying? So it was really the backlash more so and the pushback from my immediate family. But even though I feel like because I ain't come too aggressive at them, they ain't come so aggressive at me. You know what I'm saying? But they was real standoffish, they real they had real questions. But it also made them, because a lot of them was also raised in, you know, Christianity. Yeah. So they wanted to stand on, even though they wasn't going to church. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't reading their word. They still was raised a certain type of way that they wanted to stand their ground on. Which now I'm getting more, you know, literate in my word, more understanding is being poured into me, and now I'm able to stand on mine. You know what I'm saying? So now we getting into them little rebuttals going back and forth. So I think that was the biggest. It's not even necessarily a con, but it was more so it could have been a deterrent, you know what I'm saying, to kind of fall back, fray back. But Yahuwah just allowed me just to stand like, I know this is what it is. There's no reason for me to bag down and nothing like this. Indeed. This is us. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say.
That's it.
What about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, it's the same thing. You know, my family was they was pretty chill with it in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I'd say, but it was different because man, I know coming out of Sukkot 2020, man, that's when after that time, man, that's when a brother walk really started. I say, you know what I'm saying? I knew about it. I say I knew about it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you still kind of iffy. I'm still kind of iffy. I'm like, man, I know myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm big in conspiracy. I was big in conspiracy theories and stuff like that. So I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to just hop up in this mud just like, man, just because it sound right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so was taking the time. But after Sukkot 2020, man, Yahuwah really showed itself, man. And I was like, yo, like, this it. This it. And so, unlike my aunt right here, I started going in, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't just cooking them, but hey, man, I'm talking about Yahuwah had showed itself, so I'm like, man, hey, hey, we ain't even living right. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, you better. Hey, you better. Hey, I'm talking about going that on my mom. Now, I just was talking normal, you know what I'm saying? The day before, pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Not even the day before, literally, but but like, you know what I'm saying? Not too long before then. So, yeah, that family, that's something in it. Even just being used to, getting used to being something different than what the world sees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, cause shoot, you coming into this walk, ain't no telling if you done gone through deliverance. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling if your mindset is even right. Your mindset has even switched. I know for me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I had this understanding, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I still care. To be real, I still care what people thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still like, man, I still care what people think, but this it right here, you know what I'm saying? So even was at that beginning stage, you know what I'm saying, trying to find that that confidence in what it is that I was standing on, to be real with you, you know what I'm saying? Cause that thing was a little different. Again, not to say that it's a con, but that was just an obstacle, you know what I'm saying? Something that had to be overcome, you know what I'm saying, to where it could be, you know what I'm saying, confident. And then even now, I would say, you know, doing things that folks ain't gonna understand.
Ain't gonna understand,
Feel me? If I get an urge to get the praise, you know what I'm saying, and I'm at work, you know what I'm saying, and even the way that I'm gonna get the dancing, it's not finna be what you typically gonna see. You know what I'm saying? So even with that, you know what I'm saying, just you know, being able to be like, okay, hey, I'm solid in what it is that I'm standing on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna worry about what it is, but you know, like I said, that's just one of them obstacles there.
Like them old schoolers say, man, he's standing on business.
You know what I'm saying? On business.
Standing on business with a B-I-D in here.
If I may,
jump in there.
Hop back in there, because this just for somebody who maybe, because as I'm listening to I'm also reflecting back on myself. Man, for somebody who may be in that in between it, because one of the cons, it was me. I was a con for myself.
That's it.
Because I wasn't leaving the world.
Come on, man.
Leaving my old man behind fully and walking for Yahuwah and Yahusha.
That's it.
That was a con. It
That's it.
delayed my, you know what I'm saying, my progression with Yahuwah, my elevation with Yahuwah. So
that's it.
Like we were saying before, just the grip of the culture. You know what I'm saying? The Hashatan put that hook in us from birth, from before birth in our generations. And so that was a big con, just not being able to fully let go. The old man, dying to the old man.
That's it.
Man, you know, that's a great, man, aspect of it, because I think what people fail to realize is the reason why Yahusha even asked us to come after him. He said, the first thing he said, if any man will come after me, he said, let him deny himself. You know what I'm saying? And one of the biggest things that I think anybody that's new to the truth should understand is you're going to have to cut people off that you don't want to do it. And then it don't even happen from an aspect, a lot of times, from you saying, I don't want to talk to you no more.
That's it.
A lot of times it's just going to be through you being authentic. And you following what it is that Yahuwah has shown you in your time period of your life, and you sticking true to that, then people that's around you will begin to say, well, you know what? He changing, and I don't like it. He's starting to speak different.
That's it.
He thinks he's better than me.
That's it.
He's starting to move different.
That's
he think he the man.
That's
you know what I'm
it.
saying? You think you perfect. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
And we
That's
do,
it.
based off of the Hebraic perspective, because he said if any man, you know what I'm saying, believe in him, that they will be perfect even as he is perfect.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So I like that aspect, man. I think for me, that was one of the biggest aspects as well, especially being a young man. Because I came into the walk late 18, my late 18-year-old life, part of my life. Had moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, up there with a girlfriend at the time. If y'all ain't heard the song, Thank You, Abba.
Come on
now. Y'all ain't heard that. Make sure y'all go check out the Wait.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? It's
Come
out.
on now.
Look, if you ain't heard it, it's still new to you. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? If you ain't heard it, it's still new to you.
No skips.
Hallelujah. You
Come
feel
on.
me?
Come on.
You ain't hear it from me, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna pump it up, you know what I'm saying? But I am gonna say this. I can guarantee you that you will go on the album and you will find at least one song that'll minister to you.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, I want to keep on what I was saying. So just, man, at 18, you know, going through the things that I was going through, it really opened my eyes up to a lot about the world. And I started to seek, man. I started seeking hard. I just remember being at work as a security guard in Knoxville, Tennessee, working at the CVS pharmacy, man. And I remember sitting out there, man, and Yahuwah just pressing me, man. I had a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna go into a lot of stuff that I was had going on in my head, but it was a lot, man. Especially as an 18-year-old holding it in for years. You feel me? So then I get to that point, man. I had me a Bible that I had, you know what I'm saying? And I kept it from when I had got baptized early on, like 12, 13 years old. And man, it led me to the point where I hit 18. I still got it. You know what I'm saying? I'm reading it at my job, and I'm just looking for answers. I started reading stuff in the Bible that wasn't even there, but when I picked it up, I realized that mostly everybody that I thought I still had, because I felt like I had lost a lot of people already, everybody that I thought I still had dipped. They hit the gas on me. You know what I'm saying? People that I thought would stick around and would love me more for trying to do what I thought was right.
Come on now.
For trying to do what I thought they thought was right. Because it was people that I believe. I didn't understand the difference between Christianity and Israelite. I didn't come into the faith knowing black people were the people. You know, mostly, you know what I'm saying, according to color. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come into the knowledge like that. I came into the knowledge more on a spiritual tip, like spiritual Israel. So off the rip, I'm thinking, okay, so we all Israelites, so everybody's supposed to believe these standards that's written in Torah, these standards that's written in Proverbs, these standards that's written in the Psalms. So when I started realizing that wasn't it, man, that was one of the cons that I had to face. It's and these cons that we mentioned, and it's not that these things are bad things, but it's just some of the you could say more less desired aspects of embracing the culture.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? But it's beauty in it if you can get through those times and you can see the depth of the whole point of you accepting your culture and why people do that. Because to be honest with you, a lot of those people that leave you, you know, not everybody, but some people, they leave you because they got inward broken morals. They probably then did some stuff that you might just see them because you like them or you love them, you appreciate it, but deep down they might have some dirt that they don't really want to address.
That's it.
Just like I had dirt that I didn't want to address when I first got introduced to this thing. You know what I'm saying? So
that's it.
yeah, man, that's been one of the things, man. So, to the next question. What are some struggles you've had as a young 20-year-old man? If it's something that you feel comfortable with going into that could help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So.
I hop on that mother. Of course. Hey, look, man. You already know. Look. We young men.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, looking to uphold the standard in which Yahuwah has set. That's excellence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, off rip, it's going to be, again, we young men. It's going to be lust, temptations, you know what I'm saying? Now, again, I speak from my standpoint as far as, like, women. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be women, you know what I'm saying? For other folks, it might be men, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. But that lust, you know what I'm saying? Because what you having to do, hey, if any man should follow after me, he must first deny himself, right? So you know what I'm saying? So it's things that you are used to doing, man. If I'm being absolutely like blunt, you know what I'm saying? From the time that I can remember, man, I was masturbating.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that attraction to women and doing certain things, and that sexual attraction to women, you know what I'm saying? That was pressed from the time that I can remember. You know what I'm saying? So you coming up out of this, and then now, you know what I'm saying, Yahusha talking about some, hey man, if a man lust after a woman in his heart, he has already committed adultery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like that standard which you might have been like, okay, well I ain't gonna do this. I ain't gonna your own morals had to die.
Yeah.
The things that you thought was okay. Okay, well I ain't finna step all the way out on it. I ain't finna go actually sleep with a woman, but I just, you know what I'm saying, I just watch some porn. Yeah. Okay, but now that thing becomes wrong. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that thing done became wrong. So now it's like, dang. But now not only that, but now even the way in which you think on a woman, once you look at her, whether it's, you know what I'm saying, porn, okay, you done stop watching porn, but now even the way that you think on her after that. And how long you entertain that, you know what I'm saying, becomes something that you have to check. You know what I'm saying? So So that was that right there, you know what I'm saying? Because that was just the struggle that, you know, that Yahuwah, now it's, of course it's more things, you know what I'm saying, that Yahuwah pulled me from, but that one really had a hold on the brother, you know what I'm saying? Just lust in general. So, you know, women, and then again, a lot of times you gonna understand like these women, it be, bruh, they ain't running just off of just themselves, cause man, how can you not gonna have, if you ain't got the Father, it's only two. Either you living for Yahuwah, or you living, or even without you knowing, you moving for Hasatan, straight like that, you know what I'm saying? So even without them understanding, it might be something that is attracting them to me, but whole time they just being pushed by Hasatan. So now it's like, man, this is another level. Like, man, okay, like like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it becomes a greater, even then. Like once you come out of it, once you separate from something, it seemed like Hasatan, not even seem like Hasatan trying to hit at that thing. He trying to come at it. He trying to come at it harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now the women that you might not ain't really been worried about at first, now they pressing. Now they looking. Now they saying, it seems like they trying to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I would just say, man, like man, that lust, like I said, as a young man, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I still am decent, you know what I'm saying? My wife say so, but she say I'm fine. So praise you for that. Praise you for that. You know what I'm saying?
Jump in there. Come on. Man, I just want to speak to that aspect, man, just while we right there, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a few different things that I feel like as a young man I struggle with, just from upbringing, but just dealing with that women aspect, even to this day, you know what I'm saying? Being at the job that I have, you know what I'm saying? I currently working in the maintenance field, and I'm at a factory. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, you know, everybody right here that have they partake in a factory lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Working at the warehouse. So with that being said, we get a lot of exposure to the public. You know what I'm saying? And the public is exposed to what we was just talking about earlier, the music, the culture, the broken standard. So a lot of the women now, they have a broken standard. They don't have no standard of being delicate. They don't have no standard of being soft. They don't have a lot of standards of being what a woman is supposed to be. You know, we according to our culture, we looked at women like flowers. You know what I'm saying? They valuable. They something that we was willing to sacrifice something to be able to show the Father that we really didn't take them. But now these women nowadays, they morals so broken. Their standards are broken. You know what I'm saying? I told my wife, I was like, man, it's crazy because I've had at least 20 encounters from women at my job from the time that I started there. And I started there at this job that I'm at now. I've been there probably about a year and a half. And in the position currently that I'm in now, about 7 months. And I've had women walk up to me and say some of the most vulgar things. You know what I'm saying? And it almost seems beyond masculine. It seems beyond aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I've had women say things that I don't even feel comfortable repeating on the camera for the sake of others' conscience. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have to sort of wing them out, like tell them, hey, look, chill. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because I've had older women even perpetuated by asking me after they've heard that I was married. You married? She said if you still can get a number type of deal. I had that happen probably like 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Where an older lady, it was like, man.
I'll be like, boy, if you don't
squirrel with her. Squirrel with her. But yeah, man, that's one of the things, man, that you have to deal with. Now, one thing that you have to be honest with yourself about as a young man, because I had to be real with myself and saying that flatters me.
Come on,
it flatters you as a young man to hear somebody tell you handsome, to hear somebody tell you they think you look nice. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta see the depth of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's been